Well, hello everybody, boys and girls, cats and dogs. We are an inclusive channel around here. I was just watching a video and I lost track of time, so I'm a little bit late, just a few seconds though. So here we are. I'm glad to see you, and this is my topic Tuesday. So, um, this is what I do. On Topic Tuesdays, we talk about, as you might have suspected, topics. On Wednesdays, I have a Wednesday free-for-all where we don't have any topic and we just have a good time and a lot of laughs anyway. Hey, flip-flops. Thursdays, I usually don't post anything. Fridays, you can never tell what I'm going to do, but there's going to be something on a Friday. Saturdays, I also usually don't post anything. Sundays, I usually post what I call a Sunday reading of poetry. Mondays, I have my conversations with men in yarn, and I call it my Monday Men. And then here we are back on Tuesdays with my Topic Tuesday. Today's topic is going to be, what do you want to achieve before the end of the year? Hey, Ruby. Snowing in New York. Oh, tell me again what part of New York you're in. I forgot, but I remember that snow. I lived in the New York tri-state area for 27 years. So I remember that snow. It was fun when you don't have to drive in it. It's just fine when it's already been cleared, but when it's like that kind of slush that's not always so much fun, then it's not always so much fun. But it's pretty to look at. We had some blizzards. I remember a blizzard on October 31st one year. And then I was there, I think it was 1996, for a super duper huge blizzard where, I think in Central Park they reached like a total of 20-something inches of snow. That is just amazing to me. Anyway, so here we are. That's my shtick. What else is going on? Any other kind of announcements? I always want to thank everything that moves because I'm thankful to everybody who watches me. Hey, Shatika, you've probably been here before, or I've seen you in other people's chats. I don't remember exactly, but you're always welcome here. In any case, oh yes, I'm thanking everybody who watches, everybody, especially people who just endure the advertisements. I hope that you can spare 30 seconds of your life to help a fella out. And all of my members on Patreon and YouTube, and everybody who has supported me with pattern sales on Ravelry and on I've got some merch available on Teespring, but I haven't made any sales recently there. I need to put some more attention there. But, everybody who, reads my blogs, watches my channel, you're all wonderful. Hey, Ariel. And what else was I going to add? Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry about yawning in your faces. But that's what we're doing. So, what's on your hook? What's in your cup? What did you have or will you have for lunch, depending upon what time zone you're in? I have not had lunch yet. I had a late breakfast though. Oh, that's a wonderful thing to know, Roberta. Free shipping for any order over $35, which is easy to do. And she's giving the code. If you would repeat that message throughout the hour that we'll be here, I would be ever so grateful. What else is going on? Announcements, schedule. Well, last week I did my Black Friday marathon, which was a lot of fun. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Well, at least those of you who do Thanksgiving in the U.S. Nowadays, it's hard to escape U.S. culture no matter where you are in the world. But I hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving. You've got tea in your cup and you're crocheting Christmas ornaments. Leftover pasta. I like pasta, but more than pasta, I like what goes on pasta. I think of pasta like I think of bread usually as a vehicle for something that's really yummy. And it does depend upon the pasta and depends upon the bread. I like a nice bread, but you know, it's a vehicle for something that's yummy. What else are we talking about? Anyway, so our topic today is what goals do you have? What do you want to achieve before the end of the year? We have 1 month left. It's scary, isn't it? I have a number of things I want to achieve, specifically in terms of patterns, because I have a bunch of stuff that just needs to get finalized and published. I have some stuff that I just need more photos in order to publish. Oh, Roberta says that free shipping made her break her no more yarn rule. Oh my goodness gracious. So, Roberta, what kind of goals do you have between now and the end of the year? I mean, we all have holiday goals. Hey, Bryn Michelle. We all have holiday goals. We all want to, create a nice holiday, whatever holiday we do. A lot of people in my YouTube family do Christmas. Sometimes they're with their families, and sometimes they're not. And sometimes it's family of choice, and sometimes it's family of origin. But still, it's family. Oh, Lovecrafts has free shipping on orders. Do you know I've never, over 65, I have never ordered from Lovecrafts that I can recall. But, I'm on a no more yarn plan also because I already have enough to start a store, and I always say that I need more yarn like a hole in the head. And in fact, if you come to my December 8th birthday party, which will be an extended version of my Wednesday free-for-all starting at 6 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be giving away some of that excess yarn. So anyway, let's see. I could show you some things I've been doing recently. Now, I showed you all, when did I show it? I don't remember exactly. So, I was recently gifted some bulky yarn. With the label. It's not at hand right now. Anyway, I was recently gifted some bulky yarn, and I made this ribbed hat with it. And if you look at my blog, you'll see an updated pattern for a ribbed hat as my latest post, and that's beardedyarndudes.blogspot.com. Nightbot will remind you of it. So this is, the first instance that I did with just the yarn. And this one, I double stranded it with some sparkly ice yarn. The bulky weight yarn with this sparkly, I think it was a DK weight ice yarn. It worked out well, I think. Let's see what else. This I just finished yesterday. This is a scarf with some yarn art yarn. I don't believe I've ever used that particular brand before. So this is going to be a gift, and it's also going to be a pattern that will go up pretty soon. This is like a diagonal mosaic, a moss stitch thingy. But I love the colors in this yarn, but it's like a one weight, and I'm still getting used to working with that, and it has a bit of a halo as well. So I'm still working on a matching hat to go with the yarn. It just worked out that these were the colors that were focused at the beginning of or what remained of the skein that I used. And then we're working into some of the brighter colors now. Let's see, what else have I done recently? Okay, this is a beret out of some yarn. This came from Andrea, Granny Square. She was gifted this yarn. She got it in a giveaway box, but it's 100% wool, and I didn't realize this, but she can't use 100% wool. So, and I also made a matching shawl with it. This is my moss stitch shawl, and I made it with the same yarn. Don't you love the accidental pooling there? I love it when that happens with a variegated yarn. And I added a picot edge along the top, which I think just makes it wonderful. Still need to sew in the loose ends. That's always the last thing that I do. Because it's the last thing I ever want to do, really. If I could afford an assistant, that's what I would delegate to an assistant. What else have I got? I started working on a new sample of my Tunisian triangle shawl with this. It's some more ice yarn. I honestly don't recall how I got this ice yarn, but it's sparkly and it has these nice colors in it. I'm sure it's 100% acrylic or 100% minus whatever the sparkly stuff is. And it's in Tunisian, really. So, and it was only when I did another one of these Tunisian shawls before, and that was really the first time I ever was pleased with. Hey, Lori, I'm glad to see you. That was really the first time I was ever pleased with something that I did in Tunisian, because to that point I always thought it was more trouble than it's worth. But for the effect that you want, oh, here's the label from the ice yarn. I guess The variety is called Paris, or maybe the colorway. Oh, this print is small. It's 30% wool, 40% acrylic, and 30% metallic lurex. And I have a bunch of it, so I will take a bunch of it for this shawl. Oh my god. Let's see. Oh, also the pink thing that I just showed you, I have the label for that. That's Cascade Yarns. And that is 100% superwash wool. The color is 08. No name for it there, but it's nice. Cascade Yarns is in Seattle, but this yarn was manufactured in Chicago. And as for the art yarns, oh, excuse me a second. This is still, after that scarf, I'm still working on this hat with this very first skein. This came from Carrie, the Yarny Elephant, by the way, when she was destashing for her move. Let's see, it's a 1 weight, which is new for me. And the color is 850. Why do they number their colorways? I guess it makes it easier. But aren't the colors beautiful? And it's turning out well. It has taken some getting used to because I'm not accustomed to working with yarn that lightweight, and I'm also not accustomed to working very much with yarn with a bit of a halo on it. What am I missing? Okay, let's see. Oh dear. Roberta ordered cotton yarn to make her youngest daughter slippers. Hey LJ, I didn't see you come in because I was blathering. Ooh, Bryn Michelle got some holiday sock yarn from Mary Maxim. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Lori, aren't local yarn shops really fun when you can afford them? I've said before, when I was on my recent trip to the mountains, to the men's fiber retreat there, my intention was to underspend on yarn because I had overspent on when I went to New York. And I did underspend. I got a whole bunch of yarn. It was an amazing blessing. This one fellow there was bringing a bunch of stuff because he was destashing and decluttering. And he sold it and split the proceeds with the scholarship, or rather the retreat scholarship fund, which I thought was just lovely of him. So I got 5 hanks of hand-dyed yarn for $17. Could you die? I also got a Notions bag. Well, I got a nice Notions bag at the same time, but it's not at hand right now. And anyway, birthday money is a good thing. By the way, my birthday is coming up and I have Cash App and PayPal. Not that I'm asking, but still. What was I going to say? Yeah, local yarn shops. So we visited a local yarn shop and it was really fun, and they had some really gorgeous stuff, but I didn't feel like I needed to buy anything because I had gotten those hand-dyed skeins. Excuse me. Plus, I got two. I wound up getting basically 6 skeins of the Lion Brand denim yarn from the scholarship table where people just bring stuff to donate. I got those 6 skeins for $6, and then I won a door prize, which was 5 skeins of another hand-dyed yarn from a local yarn shop in another town in that part of North Carolina. I came away with a bunch of yarn. It was great. And I only spent, between the yarn, that one Notions bag that was hand sewn, I only spent like $23 on yarn that weekend. And I came away with probably hundreds of dollars worth of yarn. I didn't mind. I wasn't complaining. Oh, thanks, Roberta. Yeah. Anyway, oh, I haven't done this yet, have I? Okay. Here's the link if anybody wants to come up and join me. But, anybody who has come in the past few minutes, our topic today is, what goals do you have for the rest of the year? We only have 1 month left. Tomorrow is December 1st. Can you believe it? My primary goal is getting a whole bunch of patterns published. Because I have a whole... Excuse me. Been drinking soda. But I have a whole bunch of patterns that are in testing that I could publish right now. I have some that I need more photos. That's why I'm doing another one of the Tunisian shawls. And I have some that I just need to finish writing up. I have at least one that I need to start writing up. But, I want to reach a specific total number of patterns on Ravelry by the end of the year. And I think I can make it. But you know what? If I don't make it, it's not a life and death matter. I can go on living. Because I'm having fun creating patterns. That's what I do. I wish it paid as much as my old corporate job did. It probably would, but if I did something like that for one of the manufacturers, but then that would take the joy out of it, wouldn't it? Anyway, so everybody, what are your goals for the end of the year? Aside from a festive and joyous holiday season, I hope everyone has a festive and joyous holiday season, because I know there's a lot of trial and tribulation in our community nowadays. And a lot of illness and loss and stuff. It's hard to deal with. Okay. So, tell me all. How are we doing for thumbs, by the way? I'm in StreamYard. I'm not looking at it in YouTube at all. But don't forget to hit the thumbs. So, you're not talking. Talk to me, please. So, yeah, this is what I'm doing. Oh, by the way, did I tell you? I think I did say. I put up a new an updated pattern for this ribbed hat on my blog, in which I make reference to one of my early tutorials. Actually, I don't do many tutorials. I have not done many tutorials at all, but I make reference to one of the early ones where I talk about crocheting in the round like I'm doing here. And I'm sure... Oh, Bren wants to use more of her yarn stash. So do I. I have some blue yarn to start my next Hat Not Hate project. I have a list of ideas that I want to develop for new patterns. I have a whole bunch of patterns that I want to get published. I've got my work cut out for me. By the way, I was chatting via text this morning. I've mentioned before my friend Gary Boston. I like those goals, Roberta. Crochet, crochet, and more crochet. My friend Gary Boston, whom I have featured in my Monday Men before. Right now, he has a knit-along going. He does a tremendous amount of fundraising for AIDS-related causes. Nisi, hey! And right now, he's doing a knit-along, but he's organizing after the new year, probably starting at some point in January, a parallel knit-along and crochet-along, and crochet-along is going to use one of my patterns. How cool is that? Nice warm houses are good, aren't they? Especially if it's cold outside. I like to come in from the cold. You see, if you want to come up, I'm posting the link right now. So anyway, I think that I'm hoping I can get him to come to my birthday party on December 8th, which will be my normal Wednesday free-for-all, but just extended. And I also hope that I will have him live on the last Friday in December, which is December 31st, New Year's Eve. So that we can also, at that point, talk about the project. And the project is to raise money for AIDS and HIV-related causes. He has done huge amounts of work. He has done, I have no idea how many of the AIDS rides, the bike rides, the long-distance rides that you hear about, and just a bunch of stuff. So, oh, there we go. I have to put on my headphones now. Hey, there you go.
Hello.
I look better with my headphones. It shields my face a little bit. Oh, so Nisi, what goals do you have for the end of the year?
Oh my
what
goodness!
What do you want to accomplish by the end of?
Well, my son's home because he wasn't feeling well today, so I can't discuss what I have planned for him by the end of the year. Say it. No, I'm not going to say it because you'll hear me. Say it. Yeah. I've got I gotta get his blue pumpkin done. I promised him a blue pumpkin, and Thanksgiving has come and gone. But I do have the yarn. I have just a lot of gift projects I need to get done. I got my dad's. Check these watch. Isn't this a cool color for my father-in-law?
I like that. What yarn is that?
It is the Sugar and Cream. It's a print, and I want to say the name of it is, oh my gosh, why do they write so small?
Do you know when I was
Renegade. The color is
Renegade?
Renegade.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
then
Yeah.
I did a moss stitch one. I like the moss stitch one better, but I did a moss
Well,
stitch one.
I think Granny D would agree with you. We all like moss stitch better.
So yeah, so those are going to be for Christmas for him. So those are done. I got my spa sets are done. I'm going to be doing a bauble dishcloth with this one. It's
I
got the
like
little,
that. I love purple.
I do too. It's my favorite color. This is going to be for my mom. Once I get done.
Oh, someone was asking me what my favorite color is, and I said yes. But honestly, and I love vivid colors, like the purples and reds and blues.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love all shades of purple. I also like certain shades of yellow with purple too.
I once had a yellow shirt that my friends used to tease me and say they needed to wear sunglasses whenever I was wearing that shirt. I loved it.
I like bright color. I love fall colors too. The really bright fall colors, like the different oranges and golds and reds and browns. Ruby says kids are too smart these days. Yes, they are. Yes.
And adults are too dumb, really. But I have an orange button down that I've worn it on my live streams before, or my recorded videos, or both. But I love to wear that shirt too. I love color. I mean,
I did too.
Back in the day, I used to be all about the earth tones because with my coloring, the earth tones do suit me. But after I turned 50 and I had this enormous sense of entitlement, I'm going, I don't care anymore.
That's right. You're allowed to be that way.
Exactly.
My birthday is one day before yours.
Oh,
December,
that's
babies.
Right. A date that will live in infamy.
So it should be fun.
It should be. I hope you'll come to my birthday party.
I will. I do plan to be there. I'm going to do my birthday day on my birthday so that I don't miss your live. So I'll be here for it.
Excellent. Excellent.
So,
I plan to have champagne. And if not that, at least vodka.
Fun.
Exactly.
No, you can't come up here. What am I doing for my birthday? I am going into the city by myself to have a day to myself. I'm going to do some shopping. I'm going to treat myself to a nice lunch at a restaurant. Hubby will be working and Z will be at school. And then Tuesday night, I'm going to have my virtual online party on a live to hang out with y'all. Hopefully my husband will bring me back a cake. I have the announcement already on my channel, so those of you guys that like to click the remind button, it's all set up for y'all. But yeah, I want to hang out with my YouTube friends the night of my birthday.
Jackie just joined us. Honestly,
hi Jackie.
My YouTube family is we're talking about Thanksgiving and everything. That's what I'm really the most thankful for.
Mm-hmm. I
agree. Yeah.
I mean, believe it or not, I'm an extreme introvert. I have a hard enough time just making it to church. So.
Oh, me too. I have. I've been known to drive distances to go to occasions, and then not go to the occasion. But
I totally get it. Yep.
And then I feel awful for having done that, but I still had that alone time, which was so nice.
Still beneficial. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I joined the Quilters Guild, and I haven't been to a single meeting because I don't know any of those people there, and it stresses me out. So. So I totally get it.
On your birthday, are you going to do like a spa a day, like get a facial, a massage, even get your nails done, that sort of thing?
Well, I'm a ranch girl, so I don't get my nails done because I'll break them.
Well, there you go. Well, they don't have to be long nails, but
Um,
you can just have a nice
oh my
manicure
gosh, I
have
haven't
a
had my
mani
nails.
pedi.
I haven't had my nails done since almost 2 years ago when we lived in Pensacola, Florida, and I was a supervisor for a bunch of accountants. I used to get my nails
Hmm.
done then because I mean I was I did a lot of public speaking, so I had to look the part. You know what I mean? But since I've been on the ranch, God, I hate to say I've kind of gotten a little lazy. I might get a pedi though. I love pedis. I haven't had a pedicure since Florida. That would be
I'm not
nice.
sure I've ever had a pedicure.
Oh, they're so
I'd like
relaxing.
to give it a try.
The last one I
I,
had, I about fell
mhm.
asleep in the chair.
You know what I love to do just for myself at home is have a bubble bath. I
Oh,
haven't done it in a
yes.
long time.
I
Maybe
have a
I'll do that.
jacuzzi. I have a jacuzzi tub I haven't tried yet. I need to do that.
Mmm,
Yeah. Or
nice.
what do you call it? A jet tub? Is that
A
what you call
jetted
those?
tub.
Yeah, I have a jet tub that I haven't tried yet.
Yeah, yeah. Jacuzzi is a brand name, actually.
Yeah, I'll
It's one
have
of
to do that.
those, yeah. Now, I used to, when I had a nice corporate job and had the money, I used to get massages all the time, like once a week. And in fact, um, I purchased with this one massage therapist I was seeing every week, like a, a bulk rate plan so that I would buy in advance and get a discount on the total amount.
Oh, that's nice.
Once a week, and by gosh, it was nice. And it was like I had a new friend. I mean, I still consider him a friend. He's a lovely, lovely guy.
I've never had a
Um,
massage before. Never in my
mm,
life. I need to put that
any,
on my bucket list.
you should. Oh, I highly recommend it.
Maybe I'll do like
Although,
a
uh,
full spa thing when I turn 50, which is not very far away. I'll do the whole ball and the whole
yeah,
works.
I can see 50 clearly in the rear view mirror. But yeah, anybody who's in the Philadelphia area, I will refer you to this one guy because I think he's great. Um,
Hey RK,
hello, RK. Don't
first
believe I've
live.
met you, but I'm glad to see you here. You're always welcome.
Welcome in.
Ruby agrees that foot massages are the best. Aside from having it as part of like a full body massage, I don't think I've ever had a real foot massage. I've never had a pedicure. Maybe I'll try that sometime. But oh gosh, it's been ages since I've really had a massage. But they were great when I could afford it. Ugh.
I've heard wonders about massages. I had friends in Florida that would get them all the time.
Now, some people initially feel a little bit uncomfortable because you're being touched by
Yeah.
someone you don't know. It can take getting used to, but it was like I'm going, touch me, please,
I
and it
would
was
probably have to
great.
start small. I'm autistic and my skin and my sense of touch is extremely, extremely sensitive. So I may have to go small and do something simple that's not like a full body just to
I
make
would
sure I can handle it.
advise,
Just to make sure I
and
can handle it.
yeah, and anytime you have a concern like that, discuss it up front, very,
Hmm.
very openly
Okay.
with the massage therapist. And
Mm.
if if the person is a lice, okay. Oh, RK, tell me about that shiatsu foot bath. Ooh, that sounds great. Linda, hey, and hey, Debbie Reynolds. Glad to see you both. Oh, well, Jackie, everybody has their own tolerance level. I mean, even if you do a regular massage, you can say, please don't touch my feet. Or you can say, I'm sensitive on my feet. Yeah. So, I mean, uh, I, but you know, as far as like working into it, you could just you know, talk to the massage therapist,
Mhm.
make
Yeah.
sure it's a licensed person, very well
Mhm.
trained and experienced, um, and you know, talk about your concerns, and you could start small. You
Mhm.
know, even if it's just like a back massage or something like that, and not have them do anything else, or even if you just want neck and shoulders. My shoulders, especially since I spend so much time crocheting, my shoulders get so tense because I'm always like looking down or something.
Bubbles has heat and relieves pain.
Yeah, she mentioned a shiatsu foot massage gadget. I'm gonna have to look it up
Hmm.
on Amazon.
Hi,
Maybe
Linda.
I'll add it to my Amazon wish list.
Sweet dreams, Linda. We love
Oh,
you.
okay. I'm glad you were here. Always happy to see you, Linda.
So, what are you doing for your birthday, David, besides hopping up on a live and drinking some champagne?
Um, well, you know, I live with my sister. We share our late mother's house. Um, and her birthday is a week apart from mine. I
Mhm.
was born a week before her first birthday.
Aw,
So we'll probably do something on the weekend that comes between us.
that'd be fun.
Go out to dinner, that sort of thing. We, you know, growing up, we didn't have a lot of money. We didn't really do an awful lot with gifts for birthdays because it was so close to
Mhm.
Christmas.
Yeah,
Um, figuring out what I'm going to
that's what
get for
happens
her.
to December babies.
I think my cousin's birthday is December 24th, but her parents always made a special effort to differentiate her birthday and Christmas.
My husband's birthday is December 29th.
Hmm.
I'm 3 weeks older than him, and he teases me. He says I'm rocking the cradle
Uh-oh. You're robbing the cradle,
or
maybe.
robbing the cradle. Yeah, I'm robbing the cradle because I'm 3 weeks older.
Oh, there you go.
So silly.
I'm 20 years older than my ex.
So,
So, in fact, I used to tease him and say I remembered what courses I was taking in college when he was born. So, oh, RK's ex was December 28th. Who is it? Um, I think it's Dana's son has his 16th birthday on the 5th. I have
I think
about
you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. I think I remember her
I
saying.
think I have 4011 friends whose birthdays are December 5th. What is it about December 5th?
I don't know.
But oh well.
People having way too much in the summertime and
Could be.
having babies in the December.
It would have to have been March, I guess. March doldrums, maybe.
Spring. That makes sense.
I guess spring had indeed sprung. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm hoping hubby will bring me home like one of those you know in the bakeries they have like in the your 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 chain grocery stores that they have their like bakery section. They have those like those triple chocolate cakes. I would like either that or a cheesecake. And since he's a milkman and he's in all the grocery stores, he can easily pick up one, so I don't have to drive anywhere.
Oh, that's cool.
I think I'm
Ruby's
gonna put
daughter is December 16th, which is also Beethoven's birthday, by the way.
She never got shortchanged. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
I
Yeah.
always got my kids too many gifts. Yeah, my mom kind of spoiled me too.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot when I was a kid, so we didn't get a lot. My favorite birthday present ever, when I turned 16 and my sister turned 17, my parents got me a Harvard Dictionary of Music, and they got her a copy of Gray's Anatomy.
I love Gray's Anatomy.
The book or the TV series?
The TV series.
No, Gray's Anatomy is actually a book.
Is it really?
It's a legitimate anatomy textbook.
Wow, I didn't know.
And so my sister was headed off to nursing school, and I was headed off to music school. So that was just perfect for both of us. Yeah, December 16th was Beethoven's birthday. Don't ask me why I know that. But I assume your daughter was born substantially after 1770.
Wait, does that mean Beethoven was a Sagittarius?
I guess so. Yeah, RK says yes, exactly. The book Gray's Anatomy is a textbook.
I find that very interesting.
Yeah. And I think she still has it. I might still have that copy
I don't watch that show anymore because I'm too obsessed with my show Friends. You should see all the stuff I have in my house that has everything to do with the show Friends, like Funko Pops. I have the cafe Lego set that my son helped me build. Like I'm obsessed with the show Friends. So
wow. Hey, Proverbs.
Retired RN and Gray's is an anatomy text. I have mine. Oh, you have your textbook. That's cool.
My sister is a retired RN as well. In fact, she taught nursing on the university level at one point.
Hi, Jeannie. Jeannie's in the house. That's really interesting. I find that very fascinating. Now, I can't watch the show anymore either, especially if my son's home, because one time, this is back when we lived in Florida, and he's still young. He's only 9, but he was like maybe 6, 7 years old. We passed the hospital. And my son said to my husband, "Dad, that's the place where people go and they don't come out."
Oh my goodness.
And it was because I was watching way too much Grey's Anatomy when my son was home. So I don't watch Grey's Anatomy anymore.
I guess you. Oh my gosh! Just think if he'd been around when St. Elsewhere was on.
Oh my god!
Or
no.
ER.
Wow. Yeah.
But those were the days when I was watching TV. Nowadays, I watch.
I remember watching ER.
I remember watching Medical Center. And what was it? Marcus Welby, MD. So I'm just that old. But nowadays I don't watch any TV at all. I'm going to post the link again since it's been a while.
I don't really watch a whole lot either. I pretty much stick to my friend's box set, and then the boys watch whatever they watch while I crochet. So I hadn't picked up a hook in 30 years, and right after I picked up the hook and I made my first, I think it was a pumpkin that I made, I've been obsessed ever since.
Do you know, it was not long after I picked up a hook again that I made my first baby blanket with a Lion Brand pattern. It used to be the one that was pictured on the wrapper of Lion Brand Pound of Love, because you could do the whole thing with one skein of Lion Brand Pound of Love. So I downloaded the pattern from their website, And I did so many of those things. And then I started doing other baby blankets. And nowadays I don't, unless I have someone in mind that I'm doing it for. I used to do them compulsively just to have a project, but now I have too many projects in my head that I can't complete. So doing somebody else's pattern, what do I gain there?
I was supposed to get my Medela yarn in that I got on sale for when Lion Brand had that sale a couple of weeks ago, and they had this gorgeous purplish ombre type yarn, and I bought 4 skeins of it because I want to make a mother-daughter prayer shawl, one for my mom and one for me.
Oh, I think that's lovely.
I'm gonna start that in January.
Do you know,
after Christmas is over and I get everything else done.
I mentioned when I went to the Southeast Men's Fiber Retreat a couple of weeks ago, there was a fellow who had brought a ton of yarn to sell for the purposes of just destashing and decluttering, and split the proceeds with a retreat scholarship fund. But he was he was a viewer. He is a viewer on my YouTube channel, and he knew my fondness for Lion Brand Mandala. He brought me a whole bag of Lion Brand Mandala cakes.
Oh,
and gave
nice.
them to me as a gift. Didn't even ask anything for it. And so of course, he said, "Oh, let's not tell anybody else about this." So, when we transferred it from the trunk of his car to mine, it felt like a drug deal. But I was okay with that.
I bet I'd be okay with it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful.
So, and it's.
Have you used all of it yet, or do you still have some of it left?
I gave away some of it. I'm in the middle of one of them was a Karen cake, and I'm in the middle of using that. I have a sort of a ongoing, never-ending project of a blanket for my bed. That is in the form of one of those blanket patterns. The which way? No, it's not. It's a solid granny square. That's it's all double crochet, no clusters, no spaces or anything. Anyway, so and I started it with a whole bunch of scrap yarn, but this one Karen cake, because it's a worsted weight, I'm using it for that, and so this blanket might not ever end. Because I'll keep using all of my scrap worsted yarn on it. It'll probably be king size before I ever finish it. And I don't have a king size bed. I don't want a king size bed. But
you don't. I have a California king, and let me tell you, washing the bedding for that thing, I have to take it to the laundromat because the washer and dryer conventionals are not big enough to wash your bedding. It's a pain and expensive.
When my ex and I once visited friends, they put us in a guest room that had a king size bed. Only time I think I've ever been in a king size bed. It felt like he was in another room. Yeah. We could do just fine in a full size bed or a queen size bed, because I had a queen size when we met, and that was fine. We did better in a full size bed than a queen size bed. I don't know how that came about, but I always toss and turn, so nobody can sleep with me.
We had a queen before we moved here, and we inherited this California king, and it's huge.
Yeah. So no, I don't want a king size bed, but I'll just keep working on this one blanket and keep adding to it as I have more scrap worsted yarn until it just gets unmanageable. God only knows what it'll look like, but I'll be the only one who ever sees it anyway. So, and it's nice. I sleep under another blanket that I did before, which was a double-stranded waffle weave blanket.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I learned it from Fiber Spider. I mean, I already knew how to do a waffle stitch. Everybody knows that, who's been around for a while. But he was talking about double stranding and using up scrap yarn. And the biggest thing from that particular, tutorial was having one strand that is consistent. Like if you have maybe a whole skein of something, it doesn't that goes along with all of the other things that are scraps, and then you could do the other scraps and just join them as you need to. But as long as there's like one strand that's consistent, it'll work out.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah, yeah, and that sure keeps me warm, I'll tell you that. I wish it was a little bigger, but maybe I'll add to that too. I don't know. Oh, so
I was making sure the chat didn't freeze on my side because
it's not moving very quickly, is it?
I just tried to refresh and it's...
Yeah, the last thing I see is 2 Nightbot notifications. Oh, there's another.
Here we go.
Oh, RK, we all love Fiber Spider.
I haven't learned the waffle stitch yet, but
it's
I will.
So easy. It really is. If you can do a front post double crochet, you can do the waffle stitch. It's
all right. I can do a front post. I did a front post on the white washcloth that I did. It was one of Bag O'Day's patterns, and it was front post, and I did that just fine. So
yeah. So and basically all you do is the waffle thing is you just do depending upon how big you want it to be, but you just alternate. What I usually do is 2 regular double crochets and then a front post, and then 2 regular double crochets and then a front post.
Oh, that's not bad at all then.
Yeah. And then depending upon...
What's Hirschner's?
Hirschner's is
$35 free shipping, code FS4U21.
Hirschner's is an online source for yarn and other stuff. I've ordered from them before.
Are they stateside or?
Yeah, they're in the U.S. I think.
Okay.
Somewhere in the Midwest. I don't remember exactly where. Yeah. And actually, you can do any. I can't count how many waffle stitch scarves I've done.
Oh, that's a good idea. That'd be a good project for me to do to get used to doing that stitch.
And it's also
I have 2 scarves. I have 2 scarves and 2 hats I need to make for each of my nieces. So
there you go. You start with a foundation row of say 30 double crochets, and then off you go with your waffles. Yeah.
Beanies too. I'm having a hard time with beanies. I did my first beanie and it came out okay, but I like working. I like working from the bottom up instead of working in the round. I think my gauge is not right when I work in the round a lot of times because I'm still trying to get used to working in the round.
I have on my blog a bottom up hat pattern that is all double crochet. are all front post double crochet, and
Okay.
it's a really nice ribbing effect. I
I'll pull it up, David, because
and I,
it's going to be a Christmas gift for my niece, my two nieces, their sisters.
yeah, and also Fiber Spider has a bunch of hat tutorials, including a waffle stitch hat, but it's top down. Um, and like a crisscross hat, a whole bunch of different things that are just amazing. I downloaded a bottom up hat pattern that has cables,
Mm-hmm.
except I can't remember the source. If you email me, I will find it and tell you the source for it.
Okay.
Um, but I mean, it was a free download somewhere. But I mean, you could probably find it on Ravelry. Um, just do a search, or any other source of patterns. Do you know, people don't always realize a lot of these yarn manufacturers and distributors, they
Mm-hmm.
have tons of free patterns on their websites too.
They do. The one that I'm doing with this yarn is the free one. And not only does it have the pattern on the back of here, I can't
Mm-hmm.
read that. That's just too tiny, y'all. Even with glasses, I can't read that. I looked it up and it's on their website. So not I
Mm-hmm.
have the PDF now of this where I can actually read it, and it had a link to a YouTube tutorial.
Even better.
Yeah.
Even better. And you know, Fiber Spider has so many hat tutorials. I just can't tell you. I myself, I no longer do tutorials. I don't think it's a particular strength of mine. I don't enjoy doing them. So um, why bother? Um,
I understand that. I'm a beginner, so if I have a video of me crocheting, it's just going to be me crocheting and chit-chatting.
hmm hmm Well, that's the best stuff. I mean, and there are so many people out there who do really good tutorials. In addition to
There
like
are.
Fiber Spider, Bag a Day, there's also Creative Grandma, there's Jada Stitches, there's
Have you heard of Bella Coco?
oh Lord, yes.
I love her.
There's also Alison Russell, if you can get through her Scottish accent. Um, there's
Jada Stitches too. I love Jada Stitches.
exactly, yes, I did. And even the crochet crowd, Mikey, I had to stop listening to him because, and this, I don't know that everyone's going to understand this, but you know, I studied vocal pedagogy, voice science, and there's something about his voice that sounds damaged to me, and so it hurts me to hear it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, there's some people that I can't watch because it hurts my ears to listen to them because of the pitch or something to do with their voice.
There are people I'm very fond of that I can only take in reasonable doses because of their speaking voices. I'm sure that there are lots of people who say that about me too, but
Yeah, auditory sensitivity is a real thing, and it physically can hurt you.
Exactly.
I know all about that. Yep.
So, I mean, there are lots of things with the relationship to sound and health that are that are still being discovered and measured.
I think my sister-in-law, Gail Southern Living, may actually try to learn how to crochet, you guys. I've been pushing her to try. I think she's a very creative person, and she's done really wonderful things creating with her hands, and I think she'd be great at crochet. And I think she says she's got some crochet hooks on Amazon that she's got her eyes on, but I think she would do just fine.
Let me show you what happens when you buy a cheap cable. Ooh, now it's tangled up. But I had this cable on my Tunisian hook,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the only Tunisian hook that I have with a cable. But this is what I'm doing now for the end of the cable.
Oh, clothespin.
Because the end of the cable came off completely
Oh
with
no.
the screw part inside.
Oh no.
So I do have on my Amazon wish list a complete set of Tunisian hooks with cables. So not that I'm asking anybody, I just thought I'd mention it. No. One of these days I'll get around to doing it. I don't do enough Tunisian
Mm-hmm.
to really spend that much money on it, but I might do more. I mean, since I've only really become comfortable with Tunisian since I did this one Tunisian pattern. I'm working up a new sample of my
Oh, I
Tunisian
love the
shawl.
colors of that yarn. Oh, that's so pretty.
This is ice yarn, and I honestly cannot
It's
remember
pretty. It looks like it
where I
reminds me of a
got it.
mermaid, like a mermaid's tail, the coloring in it.
I
RK
can
wants to
see
know
that.
what brand that Tunisian hook was that you just showed us.
The
The one
one
with
that fell
the
apart, I have no
yeah.
idea. Let me see. I don't see any brand name stamped on it. No, I don't see any brand name on it. So I don't know what brand it was. But
Lori Armstrong says, but David, your spiral granny tutorial was so helpful.
was it? Oh, was that? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
think I did it for the triangle spiral. Well, I mean, no. People give me good feedback on my tutorials. I just don't enjoy doing them.
It's just
And
not, I mean, I just don't think it's just not for everybody, you know?
yeah, and I
Some
think there are
people
so many,
love doing tutorial content.
and there are so many people out there who do them so well. And if if it does, yeah, I'm old enough that if it if it doesn't bring me joy,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm gonna
Life is
think
too
twice at
short.
least.
Life
Yeah,
is too short. When you get older, you start to realize that and you start to be more picky about how you spend your time and where you spend your energy.
exactly. And the things that I enjoy doing the most on this channel are these live streams and the conversations, interviews that I do. And those are the ones where I get the most response and also the best metrics according to YouTube. So I don't think that's a coincidence.
I am starting on the shawl that you gifted to me. I think I'm going to start on that shawl in January. I'm excited.
Which one was that?
It was, I'm going to have to look it up. Hang on. I have it saved in my documents. Let me pull up my files here. I'm not used to Chromebook. Everything is so weird on this thing.
Oh, yeah. I recently started using a different browser, and now, because I was using Google Chrome, but it was just not much fun. So
It
now
is your triangle Alicia Shaw.
okay,
Yeah,
good,
that's the one I chose
cool.
that you gifted me. So I can't wait to start on that one. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Excellent.
I'll
Well,
have to.
Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions
Okay.
or for any other reason.
Yeah, I'm gonna do yours first before I do my mom and daughter Shaw's. Because I've never done a shawl before. Yours will be my very first.
Ah, I'll be gentle.
I'm excited.
So, we have been going for over an hour now. Who'd have thought
Wow.
it? So, I think I'm going to call it a day. When I first started doing these Tuesdays, we would end precisely at 3 o'clock and then go over to Brenda, the newbie crocheter, but she no longer has her 3 o'clock on Tuesdays. But it's late and I'm ready for lunch. I haven't had lunch yet.
Yeah, I actually need to finish my lunch, actually. So I had a really good time being up here with you. I don't usually jump on lives very, very often.
Well, I'm glad you were here and thank you
But
for coming.
I love you and I love your channel, and I just think you're such a sweet
Thank
human
you
being.
so much. I try.
And I enjoy my time at your house, and I will definitely be there for your birthday.
Oh, wonderful. And I will be there for yours too.
What is your time zone? What time zone are you in?
I'm in the Eastern time zone.
You're Eastern. Okay, so you're 2 hours ahead of me. Okay.
You're Mountain then. Okay.
I am. Literally.
Okay. So thank you all for coming.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. And as always, like, subscribe, comment, share, all the standard YouTube crap. And keep coming back. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.